A very good afternoon and welcome to Lunchtime News on NTV Sports. As always, let's take a look at today's headlines. Private bus strike on the Kottawa-Petau route. A damaged pipeline disrupts water supply to Wattala and Maboli. South American nations pledge support to Ecuador in a diplomatic standoff over WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange. Well, now for those stories in detail. Private buses operating from Kottawa to Petau have commenced a strike. Chairman of the Sri Lankan Private Bus Owners Association, Gamana Wijeratne, stated that the strike had been launched as the police had penalised a private bus driver for a driving offence in an illegal manner. Meanwhile, a senior official of the Colombo Traffic Police rejected the allegations made by the chairman of the Private Bus Owners Association that the police had acted in an illegal manner. Well, the Ceylon Electricity Board says that 3 hours and 20 minutes long power cuts will be imposed in 3 phases across the island from today. According to the Deputy Chairman of the Ceylon Electricity Board, Anra Vijayapala, power cuts were suspended yesterday due to the Ramazan festival. Meanwhile, the National Water Supply and Drainage Board says that the water supply to the Wattala and Maboli areas has been temporarily halted. The National Water Supply and Drainage Board said that the supply has been halted due to damage caused to a water distribution line in the area by construction workers. The Water Board stated that the supply has been halted to mitigate the wastage of water and steps have been taken to repair the damaged pipeline. Well, the issuing of application forms for the highly sought-after Korean language proficiency examination commenced today. The Foreign Employment Services Bureau said that application forms will be issued at 24 centres across the island until the 24th of this month. Crowds gathered since last night opposite the Foreign Employment Services Bureau in Nupe Matara in order to secure application forms for the Korean language proficiency examination. Our cameras also captured footage of large crowds gathered opposite the Southern Province Immigration and Immigration Office in order to obtain passports. Meanwhile, the Foreign Employment Services Bureau said that applications for the Korean language proficiency examination will be issued from 6 centres within the Colombo district until the 25th of this month. The Bureau has made it compulsory for prospective applications to possess a valid passport in order to sit for the examination. Well, you're with News First. Still in local news, UPFA Sabaragamuwa Provincial Council candidate Jatis Ranavira says that the Chief Minister of Sabaragamuwa Province will emerge from Ratnapura and no longer from Kegol. He expressed this view while addressing a group of farmers whose cultivations had been destroyed by the prevailing drought in Amblipitia.
There are many different candidates contesting the upcoming elections. The Ratnapura district wouldn't be able to obtain the chief ministerial post because an individual without any political background is ranked high in the list. Mahipala Herath is my friend. A person of similar standing is needed, and I'm the only individual with such qualifications. There are individuals who are renovating roads at present, but they cannot be found once the elections are over.
Well, a public rally was held in Galigamun yesterday to garner support for UMP candidates contesting the Sabaragamuwa Provincial Council election.
The rally was held under the auspices of UNP parliamentarians Dayasiri Jayasekara and Sujiva Senasinghe. Parents in these areas sacrificed their children. Police officers in this area sacrificed their lives. We were labelled as traitors. What treason did we commit? Our act of treason was the ceasefire agreement and removing Prabhakaran's right and left arms, Karuna and Pillen. If this was not done, no one would have been able to claim victory in the war.
Well, police headquarters has decided to install complaint boxes in schools in order to mitigate child abuse in schools. Police media spokesperson SSP Ajit Rohan stated that this measure is being implemented on a directive of the IGP. He added that children could write down their complaints and put them into the box. The police media spokesperson added that investigations will be conducted in order for the complaints that were made. Well, a fire has broken out in the Walgahawadia Forest Reserve in Hasalaka. The Disaster Management Centre says that operations have commenced to extinguish the fire. The centre added that the assistance of the army had been sought to douse the fire. Deputy Director of the DMC, Pradeep Kolipiri, said that the fire had erupted last night. Well, the Government Medical Officers Association charged that patients are being inconvenienced by the non-functioning iodine treatment unit of the Kurunegala Teaching Hospital. Assistant Secretary of the Government Medical Officers Association, Dr. Nalin Ariratna, stated that even though this specialized unit was set up, it is still not operational. He further said that a large number of patients with cancers in their thyroid gland visits the Kurunegala Teaching Hospital seeking iodine treatment. When news first inquired from the director of the Kurunegala Teaching Hospitals, Dr. Rajamantri, she said that preparations are being made for the commencement of treatment at this unit. Taking a look back at one of the headline-making international stories that we just received. Now, Myanmar has abolished censorship of its media, according to the Information Ministry, and in the latest move in a series of sweeping reforms by the country's nominally civilian government. Now, political and religious journals were the last to be allowed to go to press without pre-approval from the censors starting today. Well, with that, we wrap up this edition of Lunchtime News, but I'll see you again at 1:55 with the very latest.